And you know, the 6th defence of Anthony Joshua's world heavyweight title. It's an incredible achievement. And again, look at 22 fights in. And Dillian White, Dominic Brazil, Vladimir Klitschko, Joseph Parker, Carlos Takam, Alexander Povetkin. It's phenomenal. And I truly believe that one day we'll look back on this record and this progress and say, wow, he fought everybody. Because by then you'll look at it and he would have beaten them all. And this is all about unifying and becoming the undisputed champ. And he's so focused on that right now. He wants to walk through Povetkin. Then he's going to smash Wilder to smithereens. That's what he wants to do.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just
I
the
think body punches.
I was hitting him with body punches. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the 4th round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew you were tough and you took no punches.
Quality Beyonce Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, hashtag TBV podcast. We're back with some more boxing talk.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
We're ready to talk boxing. And we got a great little topic to discuss today, man. I mean, we're talking about Anthony Joshua, the quote-unquote heavyweight king, pin, the cash cow, el hombre con todo el dinero, the man that really gives people their, Willy Wonka ticket, the golden ticket, right? So he has to remain undefeated in order to keep this money printing machine going. And, we recently did interviews with Angel Garcia and discussed sparring and sparring partners and ironing, sharpening iron. And we've even talked to some prospects up and coming about that ironing, sharpening iron, right? So here we have Anthony Joshua posing and revealing who is sharpening his skill set in the gym while preparing for Alexander Povetkin. So if this is something that you're interested in, something that you want to know who he's gloving up with in sparring, who's actually pushing him to the brink to emulate Alexander Povetkin. Stick around, hit that thumbs up, future, present, past, doesn't matter, helps with the visibility of the show. Drop us a 5-star review on iTunes and Stitcher to help with the visibility of the show. And don't forget to call in the number 1425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Now, before I go out to my co-host, I just want to remind everybody that TBV will be live at Canelo Triple G2, the rematch. We will be doing a live show from the weigh-in, courtesy of Chivas Regal. If you haven't heard of Chivas Regal, it's a blended Scotch blend whiskey that is obviously nice and smooth. They'll be giving away free testings during our fight show during the weigh-in and pre-fight show Saturday, a couple of feet from the T-Mobile Arena right at Beer House. So Google Beer House and check that out because the venue was phenomenal. Anybody that's partaken in any of these events that we've done throughout the past couple of years knows we're giving away gloves, Triple G signed gloves, TBV shirts, Canelo shirts, all type of stuff. You don't want to be a jerk and miss it because last year we even gave seat upgrades. I mean, people that bought $55 seats ended up getting $750 ringside seats for Vanes Martirosyan versus Triple G. So don't be a square. Come on up to the TBV hot seat. Take a seat. Let the world know. Best Podcast put on a great show. Shout out to Chivas Regal, obviously, for having TBV out there to do a third live show for Canelo Triple G, the rematch. Let me go ahead and bring in my co-host here. All the way in Indianapolis. Ooh.
What's up, man?
That was not it. That's like a record scratch.
I speak it
Believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
BoxingVoice.com. 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in. BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, baby? We back with another one. AJ back in the ring, and we back looking clean. Goddamn me. Hey, AJ, great topic. Those two sparring partners are, well, I know one of them, the Ajit guy, but I didn't know the other one. But they're about the same height as Povetkin, so that's about the good look that he's going to get. Maybe he has more sparring partners and waiting. He just shows those two people right now.
Now, obviously, the one of note is, I'll get Jeffrey on the job.
Ajit Jabel.
All right. He went for his try. Let's see what Jeffrey says.
Ajit L.
Goddamn, Mike, boy, I'm a bad motherfucker, boy. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Did he say that?
Ajit Kayabel. I mean, Cabello. Damn it.
Let's see.
Ajit Cabell.
Cabell. So he won a majority decision over Derek Chisora.
And it should never been a majority decision. It should have been a UD because he boxed the shit out of Derek Chisora. I remember that fight. It was down in Monaco because Eddie Hearn had put it on for like some kind of Sheik or Prince, and they wanted to see Dimitri Bivol. That's when he got that first round knockout or whatever, and HBO covered it. But that fight that preceded it, that Chisora fight, that guy really went in there and gave Derek the business. I don't know if Derek was still down from that loss to Dillian White because that was his next fight right after that loss. So, but that guy really put it on Derek. Chisora.
How much did Derek wait for the Takam fight?
Ooh, I can't know off the top of my head. Probably about 250. He's like a guy that goes between 240 and 250.
250, and for that fight he was 255, so we can't say it was weight and he was out of shape. You know, I just don't think he was up for it because the venue was small. It was just put on for like a rich guy, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't a lot of fans in there, so maybe he just wasn't up for it because he did not fight how he fought against Takion in that fight. However, Caballal impressed you. In retrospect, after what Chisora was able to do to tackle him.
Yeah, true, but at the same time, I like to see my heavyweights knock people out, and that boxing display that he put on was good, but it wasn't a knockout. It wasn't dominant. It was a points win to where I thought he'd run maybe 8 out of the 10 rounds, but it wasn't like he just beat him up. It just like he made him look bad. Like he couldn't hit him. He was moving. He was jabbing him. He was getting off his right hand every now and again.
So the next guy who will get Jeffrey to help us with.
Don't need him. Martin Bakole. Try it now.
Martin Bakole.
Hell no. That's not it.
He's got 2 names. He got 2 last names, but you just going with Bakole. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him
because they have that as his second last name, his middle name. You know what I mean? Like Martin Bakole Ignugai or whatever this last. Let's see what this is.
A long guy.
Jeffrey, help us here. Just the last name, please. Yes, no, the American last name, not both of them. Yeah, make it snappy, Pappy.
Alonga.
So, this guy, never heard of him.
No, never heard of him. He's 11-0 with 8 KOs.
Yeah.
His last fight was
the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
He did beat a undefeated fighter in Ali Bagos, I don't know that name, but and his last fight was 6/23/2018 versus DL Jones. First round KO.
again, so this is the thing with the whole iron sharpens iron, right? Like,
That's not iron.
well, how do we know?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Here's what I'll say. How do we know, right? I know that Deontay Wilder has used an 0-0 fighter straight out of the amateurs, you know. Michael Polite Coffey was in, I believe, his Gerald Washington camp, but that guy's like 270 pounds, rock solid. So, you know, you can't just say that someone is or isn't iron. It's kind of like what Angel Garcia was saying, you know. Do you want to put Joshua in there with guys like Chisora to get him ready for Povetkin when Chisora might put a hurting on him, you know? You heard Dillian White say he knocked Tyson Fury down 5 times in sparring, and that's why Tyson Fury's afraid to fight him. So then, do you want to be having your champion knocked down, or do you want your champion learning what he needs to do on fight night? Do you want your champion to give you all that he's got on fight night, or do you want him fighting for dear life in training?
You don't want him to fight for your life in training, but you want it to be a aspect of a level of adversity in sparring. So when that does happen in the ring, you can be prepared for it. I'm not saying go out and have a slugfest and sparring, but good sparring is always better than subpar sparring.
Absolutely. I mean, look, these guys are obviously world rank former amateurs, you know, and a lot of pros bring in amateurs for sparring. Why? Because in sparring, you're using guys for 3 and 4 rounds. So you know that an amateur is going to give you his best 3 and 4, you know. And these guys are not amateurs anymore. These guys are pros. But this is who Joshua is using to prepare him for Povetkin. Obviously, we got 1 month to go, and we're talking, literally a month to go. Today's August 22nd, so
September gonna be a fucking awesome month. You got Danny Garcia on the 8th.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe going for fight week, man. I'm thinking maybe going for fight week. I'm gonna see Eddie Friday. I'll see if he can try and like fucking guarantee some good shit. Then I might make the trip, man, because you know, the thing is, I like doing the immediate reaction shows, bro. I'm gonna have like things definitely set up. Like if Rob is available and we can do the show from there, and fucking Doomsday could come to the studio and get the shit cranked up from here, because we cannot not do a fucking immediate.
Yeah, man. If Doomy's like available, that would be perfect, because I'm
about that all day, teaching him how to, you know, like I could just set it up from anywhere, and then he just has to like actually turn it on.
That's awesome, bro. For real.
It'll be like him actually launching a spaceship, though. There's a lot of buttons to press, but we'll see what happens.
We need to get Doomy on the UK hour too.
Yeah, Doomy is I was just telling him, he's working on the top secret investment fund for TBV. We're trying to by December, we're trying to ramp things up, man. That's why we got to get to this 100K to prove to these investors is going down. Who wins versus KSI and Logan Paul? Jack Hart. Well, guess what, Jack Hart? We'll be doing a live fight chat for that this Saturday. So we don't know who's gonna win. I'm picking KSI, to be honest with you. I should do a fucking preview show. We should probably do.
I like KSI, but man, Logan Paul, bro, he's with the shit, bro. For real.
Man, you bugging right now. And
all right.
I can't even believe you're going for Logan. It's off with your head now.
I ain't going for Logan. I'm not going for Logan. I'm a KSI fan, but I'm saying Logan Paul is with the shit, bro. Like don't get it twisted. He's with the shit.
I don't even know what that even means. All I know is that KSI off with his head. It's that simple. Listen, I'm your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. This has been another quick little update letting you know who the champ is using to prepare him for his battle on September 22nd at Wembley. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is the second show of the day. And listen, you want to subscribe and you want to click on that notification. I got so much stuff lined up. We just flew in our Las Vegas guys, so me and Daniel Alvarez will be hitting up the entire East Coast. We're about to just kill the whole East Coast. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff lined up with Michael Polite Coffee on Sunday. Then I got
Daniel.
I got stuff on Thursday with Jacobs and Sergey Derevchenko. Friday with Eddie and fucking Demetrius and Billy Joe. And it's not gonna stop there. We're gonna keep going down the east, and we're gonna go to motherfucking Philadelphia, back to Danny's, stop at Jared Hurd's, and pick up whatever we can as we do a TBV fucking hurricane on the east. Again, find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO Mike.
And real quick, man, big shout out to Jared Swift Hurd, man. All that IG content, man, that you put out, got to get that bag, the sweat challenge, and your whole training footage, bro. That shit is awesome, bro. Keep on doing your thing. You can follow me on Twitter at Gross2312 or on IG at Gross1911. Salute.
Jack Hurd, we're gonna give you some comments, right? Since you said, I'm gonna respond to you is what I mean, and you said the video's too short. Well, we need callers to go longer than it needs. So that being said, yeah, goodbye.
Peace.